Hi, folks. I've been watching a lot of Japanese horror films recently, and I ended up stumbling upon the film Audition by Takashi Miike. Let's just say it violated me in a way I haven't been in a long, long time. There were a lot of things that I thought warranted a deeper dive. I'm not really sure where to start here or how to organize this, so this might sound like a bit of rambling here. These are just my interpretations of the film as well, so if you have your own reading of the film, go ahead and comment it down below. The first thing I would like to discuss is its themes present throughout the film. Everyone knows about the first half of the film with its light and seemingly cheery tone. It's easy to see some of the cracks in the first half and the dysfunction. It's even more apparent upon further rewatches. There's a lot of commentary on relationships at the beginning that shape what the movie is about. Aoyama, our protagonist, has lost his wife a long time ago and is clearly still hurting over it. Prior to the dinner scene, Aoyama and his son were fishing where his son brings up women, and then he poses the question to his father that he should remarry. Shortly after, one of his secretaries brings up that she's going to be getting married as well. I think one of the things that Audition may be trying to communicate is the dangers of the social pressure when it comes to entering relationships. A lot of people around him are entering in relationships, even his own son. This probably makes Aoyama feel left out and pressures him to get involved into another marriage. This is also reinforced in the scene where an editor asked him if he's lonely. A lot of people might feel the need to enter a relationship right away to avoid loneliness, but this can cause people to attract bad partners. Many toxic people target people who may feel insecure or lonely and lure them into a relationship. I think it's easy to label Aoyama as stupid for continuing to pursue her after many suspicious things come about her. She almost appears too angelic and too perfect. She's even dressed in all white, as if she's pure during the audition. I personally found her off putting since the first time that she's shown. It's also pretty realistic for him to fall into her trap considering his circumstances, though. He's trying to fill a hole that his wife left in him. Another facet of relationships that I think Audition criticizes is the inability to be honest with your intentions. Obviously, Asami is not who she appears to be, and neither is Aoyama. He dupes Asami into the role during the audition, but his intentions are completely different. He also does come across a little creepy at times, especially during the audition. The way he looks at Asami is creepy and he even starts panning. He also has to take a sip of water. They both went into this relationship with the wrong idea, and it cost them both dearly. It's also been argued that Aoyama is dealing with some type of repression. The main thing that I caught was before the torture scene, Asami's face seems to morph into a few women throughout the movie. Many people interpret this as a hidden sexual desire towards them. He does seem to linger on about his son's girlfriend and even gives him a thumbs up before leaving. He confirms that he's found himself a catch and maybe he thinks she's attractive as well. Because of the nature of how Audition discusses relationship, it opens itself up for feminist interpretations as well. This is something that critics have been pointing out since the movie's release, and something that Miike has also brought up. I think the strongest thing supporting this is the abuse of Asami. She's never able to let go of the abuse that took place in her life, and extracts her vengeance out on a lot of men. She even takes the feet off her victims, just like her abusive stepfather, who also could not walk. I believe in the book she also has more victims. I think another line that goes overlooked is during Aoyama's conversation with his friend when he pitches the whole audition idea to him. He brings up unhappy girls making better actors because they have more to pull from. I found that to be an interesting answer. A lot of the industries are shown exploiting women in some way or another, and it seems that it's not any different from the movie acting industry as well. She's been completely broken by a predatory society against women. I wanted to talk about the ending, which, of course, is the most controversial part of the film. I went into this film knowing how bad the ending was, and fully knowing what this sick freak is capable of, and it still floored me. It made me so uncomfortable that I actually had to look away from the screen, which is something I haven't done since my first horror movie. I wouldn't even have guessed Takashi Miike touched this film until the last segment. For a guy who's not really known for his subtlety in his movies, he shows a great amount of restraint here. Everything about this segment is chilling. There's a lot to unpack about it, though. When Asami starts to put needles into Aoyama, and she starts to divulge more of her own personal philosophy to him, she says that when you're in pain, you see your own shape more clearly. Words lie, but pain doesn't. It reminds me of the Bukowski quote in reference to his abusive father. It's something along the lines of him being able to say what he meant being easier because his father beat him. Pain does sometimes bring out people's true character and thoughts, and I guess her stepfather was responsible for bringing out her true self. I've seen some people also claim that this scene is just a nightmare and a manifestation of Ayama's fears about failing his relationship again. Although this scene does feel very nightmarish and features hallucinations, it's not a nightmare. Most of the film, in my opinion, has a dreamlike quality to it, but it's been confirmed by Miike that it's not a nightmare. The last thing I found fascinating during this segment is when Shigehiko manages to break her neck. Asami looks towards Ayama and repeats what she said on the first date to him. It's almost like it's entirely been rehearsed. I wonder if she spent time crafting the perfect words to say to Aoyama, even until the very end she's trying to torment him. That's all I got for Audition. I think it's certainly a much deeper film than many people would like to admit. At some point, I like to dive into the books and see what makes them so different. So if you have any opinions or theories on Audition, please comment down below and let me hear your thoughts.